After all the ups and downs this past season, I finally made it happen. Here's the story. So in the previous film that I put together for you guys called Buck Frenzy, I had that encounter with the 10-pointer, and I shot him, and it wasn't an ideal hit, and we were unable to recover him. We put in a massive effort to try to get this deer. So as you guys can imagine, I was pretty discouraged after not getting that buck, and I really contemplated whether or not I should even go back out on the woods on that final day of the hunt. So I talked it over with all the guys at deer camp, and we decided that it would be best if I did go out for that final hunt.
It's our final day down here in the hunt at Dirk's. Yesterday was a glorious day and a huge bummer all at the same time. Not being able to find that buck. We think he's still alive. I mean, I think it had to have been just a single lung shot. Because I mean, we tracked him for 1.25 miles. So I think that he's okay. And we had to get after it because, the rain was coming last night, and it would have washed away all that blood, and then we would have never been able to track him anywhere. So I am sitting in a spot here that's, kind of in a transition area to the bedding. But I already had a small buck that came through. Kind of a nasty day, rainy, windy, but hey, anything is possible.
A little bit later that morning, I looked up on the ridge right across from me, and I noticed some antlers going through the timber. There was 2 bucks making their way down the ridge right towards me. The first one was a smaller buck, an 8-pointer, and I wasn't able to get the camera on him very well because there was just so much brush in the way, and he was moving through so fast, so I had a really hard time getting the camera on him. The second buck, he was bigger. I saw a flash of his main beam, and it was bladed, and his tines looked heavy, and right away my very first thought was, it's a shooter. It's so zoomed out I can't tell on my little screen, but I know I heard the sound of that drum, when it hits the chest cavity and just pop, that noise. And everything looked fantastic from my angle, and it looked like he was quartering away, and it went right up in and just about hit that backside shoulder. So, I think that it's for sure a double lung hit. You can go from a low moment like yesterday to a moment like this one. It's just like, man, it's awesome. It's just awesome. He didn't meal kick when I was looking at the video, but he did drop, and then tore out. He tore out pretty hard. The stinking wind is blowing like crazy, and my tree camera arm was just all over the place. You could see the footage here of just that camera just shaking back and forth like this. Well, I literally had the camera arm resting against my body to keep it,
from going off of him. So gotta get the blood pumping.
So when I first noticed the 2 bucks, they were right around there, and they were walking this direction. The younger deer came and he circled down to the bottom. The bigger one came a little bit further, looped around down onto the trail, waited a few seconds, and then stepped into my opening.
So obviously at this time it's hard to tell, but looking at what I saw from the antlers on this buck, I think he might be that one that I shot at yesterday. I saw that he was mature, and I decided right then I'm going for it. You know, I didn't look at his antlers, didn't nothing. It was just like I got in the zone and went for it. But he's got a big body on him. He looks mature. Yeah, just an incredible deer. Heading over right now to go look at the arrow. I've got pretty good blood already right at the spot. Look down though, it's that white hair again, man. It just makes me always nervous whenever I see that white hair. But man, it looks a little bit darker colored blood. So it's got me wondering if it's a heart shot. If it's a heart shot, he's gonna be right up the hill. So, and a lot of blood. So that would sound like a heart shot to me. So yeah.
I went back to the cabin to go get the guys, and we headed out to go track the buck. Sure enough, he had made it only 40 yards because I was able to put a perfect shot on him. When I came up on this deer, he was not as big as I thought he was, and I was a little bit discouraged that I had misjudged him. But I don't want to take anything away from that animal because he is an incredible deer and one that I'm very proud to put my tag on. And when I think about this hunt that I had here with Dirk and Gary, it was some of the best hunts I've ever had in my entire life. And that's something that I'm never going to forget. The success of a hunt is not measured in inches of antlers. It's measured in friendships that are built, the memories that are made, and the joy of God's creation.